Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, broadcasting on the DVC to all points unknown. If you're within the sound of my voice, you're listening to Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Hello and welcome home. Thank you for joining us on episode 104 of Welcome Home, a Disney Parks and Vacation Club podcast. I'm Tom. I'm here with Trevor and Damon. Hey, how was your Thanksgiving, Damon? And how was your regular Thursday, Trevor?
Thanksgiving was good. I tried some new recipes, right? I think there was the Jello, applesauce Jello, which was pretty good.
That was from the group, right?
That was from the group. I also made my famous rice pudding, which it just is so long to make, but I made that. And other than that, that was good. I think we tried something new this year. Instead of having leftovers at lunch the next day, we did leftovers each night, and it made it last longer. So I think that last night was our last night of leftovers for dinner, and that worked out well.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize people would do the leftovers for lunch. Same thing as we always kind of end up having it for like 3 or 4 days after.
We just eat them like whenever, right? Like, so we'll have them sometimes for lunch and then dinner. Even though we had leftovers still left last night, we were a little tired of leftovers. So we got,
well, that's the nice thing. When you skip it for lunch, it makes you not so upset about the leftovers at night. You kind of know what I'm saying? Like, I could do them again tonight if there was more, but I don't know if there is even any more.
I wanted to do something like fun with like my leftovers, like you always see those articles of 20 things you could do with your leftover mashed potatoes, and I was thinking like, I've seen things before where people put their mashed potatoes in like a waffle iron and make like mashed potato waffles, which sounds great. But then I like read recipes and there's like a whole bunch of stuff you got to do. And it's like, I just don't feel like doing that.
It's like a whole other Thanksgiving worth of work.
That's what I was saying. Like, I already did. I just wanted to throw mashed potatoes on the waffle iron. I thought that's all I had to do. But all these recipes are like, 10 other ingredients. So I guess I could do that, but it's just, I just did all this cooking. I don't want to, I don't want to do more. So I don't know. Does anybody do that? Do you guys do that? Like where you transform it into something else?
No, because I put everything into one bowl anyway. I like to eat mine all mashed up together.
Oh, really? You like everything to run together?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just throw it on a plate and reheat it, and that's about it.
Yeah, no, I do the same thing. It was always a thing in my house growing up, though. Like, like my dad really likes leftovers. Like he really likes a good like turkey sandwich after like we always made extra so he could have turkey sandwiches for like days. So that was always a thing. But we made way too much food for just the three of us because really 2.5 of us. My daughter's not exactly eating like a full course of a meal here at 2.5. But we still have a ton of leftovers. So
freeze it and save it for Christmas.
There you go.
Yeah.
It was good though. It was good. So wait, do you guys do anything on is there like some other holiday that you guys have on that Thursday, Trevor, or was that just like a normal work day for you?
Nope, that was just a normal work day. And yeah, I actually took the Friday off, not for Black Friday, but just because I wanted a day off. And yeah, so I still got a long weekend out of it, even though it wasn't officially a long weekend up here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I did catch up on a lot of my Christmas shopping, so I'm almost done. So I only have a couple more things, so. after last weekend's whole thing or last week's whole thing about Christmas, so I'm getting caught up.
You don't have to like answer to us. It's just it seems like it's the longer you wait, the more painful it is.
Okay, so we're on a schedule here because my daughter's here. She said she'll answer the first one, but only if we get to it soon.
Okay.
Wait. She wants to answer the first question.
Well, doesn't it say maybe convince some to pop in for a bit? So Kristen says, I actually love hearing about your families. Could you tell us about their favorite things to do and eat in the park? Maybe convince some to pop in for a bit. Are you going to tell them what your favorite thing to do in the park is?
My favorite thing to do in the park is go on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Wow. Nice. Okay. And what's your favorite thing to eat in the park? Mickey ice cream bars. There we go.
Nice.
And since I'm wearing a headphone, that's all we got.
No, that's great. Mickey ice cream bars are the way to go.
You and my wife would get along well.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know how I would answer this question, though. What's my favorite thing to do? Yeah, 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 yeah. I don't even know. That's a tough one. To eat in the park is Morimoto or Yak and Yeti. But to actually do in the park, I don't know.
I mean, there's so many, like, yeah, that's the thing.
It's tough to narrow it to one thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not like when you get to the park, it's like there's like one thing that you're like, I go here first and I do this thing. There's really like a laundry list of stuff that we want to do. Like there, I guess for us, it's, we always re-hit classic rides, like Pirates, Haunted Mansion, all that kind of stuff. Like those are required. We have to ride.
I don't even have anything
once.
required anymore.
Yeah. But again, outside of that, it's like, yeah, I don't know what we have to do.
I'm going to say is that, and as crazy as this sounds, I'm going to say I think one of my favorite things to do is to go to Disney Springs now. I mean, I know that sounds crazy, but I think it might be.
It is definitely a unique, like, shopping experience and, like, just browsing stores.
The
and
food experience, the shopping experience. I kind of like it. I don't know.
It's interesting because I think we've gone to Disney Springs like, I don't know, twice in our trips, and there's some cool things there. It's not my favorite thing. I'm not a big shopping person, but I like the food there.
Well, because now the problem is since Club McCool is all shut down. Like once that comes back, that would be my favorite thing to do because that is like a tradition.
That's true. That was that was something that we always had to do whenever we went into EPCOT.
Yeah.
Was it a review of the show or something where I forget, or maybe an email or a post or something that said like, I don't understand why Trevor and Tom just let Damon say the wrong names of things and just don't say anything.
Because it's funny.
And we know what you're talking about, so why do we need to correct it?
We all know exactly what you're talking about.
Exactly. You have to have your own fun names for things. Why would you not? It becomes boring otherwise.
Yeah, I don't. This is not about like us correcting each other, making sure we get everything perfect all the time. I think one of the appeals of this show is that we're not experts on everything. We don't, know absolutely everything, right? So, and we don't pretend to be experts. And if we did,
I would think that people would understand that at this point it's a joke, but maybe they don't. So I don't know.
You haven't brought it up in a while though, so maybe some of our newer listeners are not familiar with Club McCool's.
Yeah, I guess not.
Yeah, but we have to keep.
Well, here's the question: does anyone even know what it was originally called? Ooh,
the original?
Yeah.
No.
Jeez.
I thought it was always Club Cool.
Ice Station Cool.
Oh yeah. Because there was a point where they had the entrance was like you'd walk through like real snow. Yeah. I remember that.
Do you remember when Frozen did the snow?
Like
it was in Hollywood Studios
thing.
In Hollywood Studios, and they had that section in the back that was real snow.
Oh yeah,
it was only there for a limited time.
Yeah. No, I went there when that happened. There was it's in that building right next to Toy Story Mania where they built the second set of tracks. Yeah. It was in that one of those soundstage buildings. They had like a whole snow play area.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that was actually really cool.
It was Club McCool's, but it was still.
Sorry, I can't get my head around. Like, I know you guys are like, oh, it's a snow park and everything, but it's like, I don't go to Florida for snow. I go there to get away from snow.
You're escaping snow, right?
Yeah, we live in North Carolina now, so it's not like we're in New Jersey where we get snow. We don't get snow.
Yeah, snow's a novelty to us now. Like, it's a novelty.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just loathe it so much. The fact when they bring it into the park, I'm just like, ew, why would you do that?
By the way, can we go back to the snow park thing from?
Yeah, what about it? That's awesome.
Yeah. Okay, no, I saw that one video of it, and that does not look like snow. It looks like wet white carpet, like on the hill. Like I watched the video of it. That
you can watch it. It's ice, is what it is.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh, it's definitely ice. Yeah.
It looks like wet white carpet to me.
Anytime you have ample sun and snow, it turns to ice very quickly.
But it doesn't even look like ice to me. It looks like carpet.
It's probably just a sheet of ice over top of some kind of material that. Yeah.
You guys go watch the video. Looks like carpet.
Yeah. And it's probably very thin ice, if anything.
Sorry, I had to bring
Yeah.
that up because someone
No.
posted a video, like a local news video, to the Facebook page, and or to the Facebook group, and I just watched it, and I was like, that doesn't look like snow.
It looks like ice because that's how ice crystals would kind of form, like bumpy like that. That's how I kind of see it. I don't know. It looks cool. I'm going. So
I'm not saying it's any less cool, but
You know, and I realized I'm not against them having a snow park out there. And, you know, I guess, again, for me personally, you know, I would never go there, but I'm glad that, you know, it's somewhere that, you know, like Damon, you say you want to go because that means, you know, there's stuff for people to do and there's not as many
and it's
people.
not that expensive. Yeah, it's not really that expensive.
I feel like I never answered the first. I actually didn't answer the first question. So my favorite thing to do in the park is I think Haunted Mansion has to be the thing that we always do. So that has to be one of those things. It's just my wife and I, you know, love Haunted Mansion. So, and then eat in the park. I've said this on the show before. And it's our big thing is that we always go and get the Nutella fruit waffle from Sleepy Hollow. That's just our favorite snack. But I also, you know, I'm a big fan of like all the sweets around. I'm a big dessert fan, so I like all the sweets that are around Disney. So it's not just one thing. I like trying a lot of the different things. I like a good ice cream sundae, you know, like just one of those cool sundaes that they have, something like that. Just sweets all around. But the one big thing is the Nutella fruit sundae. I mean, not sundae, waffle. So anyway,
that would be crazy if they made a fruit waffle sundae.
Oh, there you go. I'm sure it exists.
Yeah.
So Vicky wants to know, how do you fill your time between trips? As we're in the UK, it's becoming more and more painful not to be able to get over to our happy place. Our summer trip was canceled. We have one for next summer. Just hope crossing her fingers. Yes, she has the crossing of fingers emoji that we get there next summer. I would say, Vicky, the way that I fill the time in between trips is you're listening to it right now. You're listening this is how I fill the time in between trips. It's by doing the show and talking to these guys about this stuff. That's pretty much how I fill the time.
Yeah, and I think for us, further to that is it's, you know, thankfully there is a lot of YouTubers out there that, so you can either watch, you know, people's past trip reports, which is kind of nice if you want to get, you know, pre-COVID view of the park, but then also, channels like, Tim Tracker are great for, you know, just seeing how things are there right now and kind of, you know, just keeping that, keeping in touch with the parks. There is also there's another channel, I think it's called Resort TV 1 that I've watched, where they'll just sometimes walk around the park. Like they don't even like talk or do a vlog or anything. They just like hold the camera and walk around the park, which is really nice because you can kind of zone out on that. And I like that. Like it's just relaxing, and it kind of gets you there mentally, I guess, enough that, yeah, you know, same thing, Vicky, for us is we canceled our October trip and we're not going again until next October. And yeah, I think for now you just have to find media outlets that, you can at least get a view of the park, is my opinion.
Or listen about the park, like podcasts.
yeah. Listening to your favorite podcast.
You gotta promote the podcast.
you already promoted the podcast.
I know, that's true. That's fair. If they're listening to this, they don't need it to be promoted to anyway.
Yeah. Hey, let's promote our own show on our show. I'm sure that'll work.
That's a great idea. I think it's a great idea.
It's very, very inventive.
Yeah. Damon, do you have anything for this one?
I don't. Like, this doesn't pain me that much, so.
Well, you go to other places, right? So.
Yeah, it's regular life between trips.
regular old life. All right. Well, who wants to read Chris's question then?
Yeah, I'll get it. So Chris says, if there's one ride or attraction that you and your family can never do again, what is it and why? So I feel like this is like, if there's well, there's two things. There's, you know, an attraction that I don't like and that I would not care if I ever did again, versus, I guess, or, you know, an attraction that I actually do like, but then I have to sacrifice. Barnstormer I could leave. Outside of that,
I think for me, my wife absolutely hates It's Tough to Be a Bug. She hates that show. Hates
A
it.
little disrespectful to Disney.
I like it. I like it. I enjoy it. I think
agree.
it's a fun show.
They don't like, my family doesn't like it either, but I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I always try to push to go on it. My wife's just like, I don't want it because there's spiders that come from the ceiling. Like, that's the part that gets her, is when the spiders come from the ceiling. But I like it. I think it's a great show. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
My wife also does not like any like the bird show like stuff. So like she doesn't like birds. Birds freak her out. So like we don't do like that bird show that they have at Animal Kingdom usually. Though not the one where they fly over your head. She doesn't care for, but I occasionally will sneak that one in. Like I'll just walk towards that area while it's happening. But like the one where you why am I blanking on it? They just recently redid it to Up.
Flights of Wonder or something.
Yeah, it was. That's what it was before. But
Yeah.
that's another one we can't really do.
Oh, that sucks. That's such a good show too.
I agree. Yeah.
I enjoy it. And then, so you're talking about like the parrots at the, when you come towards the Tree of Life.
Yeah,
So
they fly like right over your head. Like if you put your hand up, you could probably touch one. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does not care for that.
And
Great for slow motion video though. If like you want to do a good slow motion video, amazing for that.
Yeah. And you deliberately walk her over there. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not to like make her mad. Like just because I want to, I enjoy it. Like I think it's
Right.
cool. I think it's a cool show when they like fly like right over your head. Like it's very cool. So I don't deliberately walk her over there to be like, you're gonna get scared by these birds. It's more for my own enjoyment.
You could, if you did it over multiple trips, you could do like a nice cut of like her reaction every time. That would be
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
that would be some good viewing. It wouldn't be nice to her, but
No, it would be nice. She wouldn't appreciate that at
Yeah.
all. Anybody else have any that they won't do again?
no, I can't think of anything else that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't really have any. That's probably the only one is Tough to Be a Bug, but I mean, I'll do it. I'll do it anytime. I'll go on that anytime. And there's never a line for it. You know, it's one of those huge theater shows. You can go in anytime. But I also do enjoy how many announcements they make that it's going to be scary to young children, and yet a lot of parents still bring their kids in there, and there's a lot of kids crying afterwards. Like,
And the parents are so surprised.
yeah, and then they get mad at Disney, and there's a whole thing, despite 100 warnings. But whatever. Anyway,
All right. You want to keep it moving?
yeah, let's do
All
it.
right.
Bobby wants to know: have any of you made a last minute trip to Disney? What was the latest reservation you've made before a trip? Last minute trip. No, I don't think I've ever done a very last minute trip. I almost did, but I've never actually done a last minute one. But I mean, as far as like reservations go, I've changed reservations, like hotel reservations. I've made updates to them pretty close beforehand, and dining reservations I've done day of many times. So
I guess for me, probably the year that we had to change our trip because of the hurricane. So we were supposed to go first week of September, and we actually bumped it to the third week of September. So I did a whole bunch of bookings, like for 2.5 weeks out, which, that's, and again, that wasn't normal. Like that was like a panic, like last minute thing. I would never do that again. I would never book an entire trip like 2 weeks before I'm planning to go.
that's what you had to do at the time, though, right? I mean, that was
that I mean, it was either that or we were going to push it like another 4 or 5 months, and we were like, no, we can just move it 2 weeks. And I just moved my vacation time with my employer and everything, and thankfully I could do that at the time.
Damon, have you ever done a last minute one? I mean, we're both not terribly far away, so.
No, I would never do such a thing.
What, just because you like to plan it out, or like you just would never take a last minute trip like that?
Are you asking me that question?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Yeah, yeah.
I just would never do such a thing.
All right, fair enough.
It's no interest to me. The only way I would ever do it if I had season, annual passes, which I don't.
Yeah.
And I'd have to have a lot more points. So here's the whole reason. I guess I can get into it a little bit more. So I guess the reason I wouldn't do that is because any last minute trips we take to Florida are to Universal. You know what I mean? Like I plan my Disney trips and I sneak in Universal trips. So.
That makes sense. I get it. Yeah, it is hard nowadays to even do a Disney trip without a fair amount of planning, right?
Yeah.
So, all right. Who wants to read Jay's question?
I'll read Jay's question. So Jay says, I know you guys try to stay positive, but how about talking about your most disappointing DVC experiences? So, he specifically says DVC experiences. I don't know if I've ever been disappointed with DVC specifically. Like I've had moments in the parks where, you know, stuff's happened that I didn't want to, that I wasn't happy about, or, yeah, I can't think of anything around DVC because, you know, honestly, DVC as an experience for us is, you know, we book our hotel room, they give us a hotel room, and then we go to a hotel room. And I don't expect any more than that from DVC. So I guess I don't know how I can be disappointed.
I mean, I guess if like your room was like dirty, or if like, I think the only time I've ever been like disappointed with a DVC experience was somebody, I had a cast member on the phone that I talked to one time that was kind of rude, but really that was it. I mean, like it wasn't anything other than that. I mean, I've not had a bad experience with DVC specifically. Now I have had like, we did have an issue on our honeymoon with Disney, and that was you know, where they had booked us something incorrectly, and you know, they booked it at a completely wrong time and at confirmation and everything, and that they screwed that up, you know, on my honeymoon. But again, they fixed it, and they went way above and beyond to fix it. And so for any of the negative stuff, I always judge them more on how they fix things as opposed to what the actual issue is, because, you know, people make mistakes, right? So Disney can't be perfect, and it's all about how they make up for it. So
yeah, and I guess to that end, you know, you're right, we don't focus on the negatives. So yeah, it's more, you know, hey, you know, so, you know, something good. I'm always thinking about the good stuff that happens when I'm there. I'm not worrying about the negative stuff. So it's hard to, I guess, quantify a lot of the negative experiences. I'm sure stuff's happened that, you know, I guess, you know, if you were standing next to me and something happened, you would be like, you know, that was bad, or why did you let that happen? But I just don't register half of that stuff, honestly. What about you, Damon?
No, I mean, not really. As Tom said, I think my wife has had, you know, one phone experience that wasn't the most pleasant, but outside of that, no.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's, you know, I guess it's a good thing that we don't have too many negative things to talk about. I mean, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, I guess we wouldn't be sitting here doing this podcast if we were, you know, overly feeling negative about our experiences with DVC.
Yeah, I mean, I will say from the trip I took last summer where we stayed at Old Key West, I didn't love some of the setup at Old Key West, but that was just, and I think we talked about this, you know, when I came back, that like the arrival experience was not great there just because of how small the entrance is and how traffic jammed it was, and how it was just kind of a mess a little bit. So, but it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it wasn't where like I was like, oh, my trip is ruined, give me all my money back, you know, like that kind of thing. So I think Damon should read Dan's first question here, because this is, I feel like, directed at you, Damon.
I feel like I've answered these types of questions a lot. I mean, imagine you're at Disney World on your birthday. What would be your perfect day wearing your golden button? I mean, I guess getting free stuff. I mean, what
just getting free stuff all day?
Yeah. I mean, that's the perfect day.
Just free things all day. I walk on to all the rides.
No, I don't even care about that. Free food all day. Every time we go to a sit down, I get free birthday cake. That's about it.
They do that sometimes. I mean,
I've gotten that before.
Yeah. If you're wearing your birthday button, or like you said ahead of time that is your birthday, they'll give you the free cake.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I was just imagining like Damon walking and like somebody running out of like Pecos bills and handing him a taco, and he just like keeps walking, and they're just handing him free food.
Kind of like a marathon runners in water.
Yeah.
Like a marathon runner with water. Here's a Mickey ice cream bar. All right, thank you. That's good. I think I would just want to be able to walk onto rides all day, like no line, like just have that VIP experience of, that you usually have to pay to have a plaid to do, where I could just skip in front of every single line. I think that would be for me.
But that's not like, that's something you're going to have to pay for. Like, you can get free food on your birthday, so that exists and it could happen. What you're explaining is not ever going to happen ever. You have to have something that's actually could happen, I feel.
That's attainable? Okay.
Yeah, because otherwise, I could say anything. I could say,
day. Yeah.
It's got to be somewhat obtainable. Someone's have to have been pixie dusted something similar in the past.
Gotcha. So you're saying just like you getting free food all day, that's a possibility. That is
a possibility, yes.
Yeah.
Unlikely, but possible. What you're asking for is impossible.
I'm not saying to get it for free. I'm just saying like that would be my if I were going to plan a birthday
then I'd have to rethink this question, right? So what would be my perfect day? Well, staying in the castle overnight and, spending, $1,000 every meal. Like that's crazy talk.
Yeah, well, I don't disagree with you. I understand what you're saying. Like, I think you could read this question a couple different ways and answer it a couple different ways. But I get what you're saying, though. Yours is very attainable.
Okay, so if I was to unattainable birthday things, to be riding on Rock and Roller Coaster without the pull down bar, let's see, that would be crazy.
That seems dangerous.
I think just walk on every ride behind the scenes. I mean, jump into the aquariums. There's a lot of things that you could do.
I'm just imagining people dining at the Coral Reef restaurant, just seeing Damon swim by them. I'm assuming with scuba gear on, right?
No scuba gear. You're like pearl diving. So you go grab a breath, come back down.
It's just in shorts and flip flops swimming.
Take a commandeer boat and take it over to the old Discovery Island.
Exactly. Actually, let me tell you something. Where I'm really going is I'm going to Old River Country. That's where I'm going.
Even though it's gone now, though?
Just to sit in the ground.
Just sit where it used to be.
Just sit where it used
to be.
Sit
on the banks and
yeah.
I did see an article about Walt Disney's personal plane used to be on the backlot tour, and now it just kind of sits backstage. And I now that you got me thinking, stealing Walt Disney's plane, going for a ride in Walt Disney's plane.
I think getting on Walt Disney's plane would not be something that would be super impossible. That would be attainable.
Yeah, you probably could make that happen.
It's about as hard as as getting on the Lilybell car in Disneyland, I would bet.
How hard is that? I don't even know.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't know what the Lilybell is?
I know about the car. I don't know how hard it is to get on it, though.
Well, it's usually blocked off because it's it was specifically set up for Walt's wife Lillian. And so there is a lot of old stuff in there. It's a very nice car. Like it's done up. It's got like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like Orient Express, like super fancy. It doesn't look like the rest of the train cars. And you basically have to get somebody's permission to get in there. You can't just walk into the Lilybell usually.
Interesting that you can't just, that would be a cool experience.
Yeah, I feel Walt's plane is probably on the same level as if you talk to the right person, you could probably get in there.
Well, what about like a Club 33 visit? Is that on the list too?
I mean, I guess
that's possibly attainable.
Yeah.
One of these days, we're going to make that happen. All right, so Dan had another question too, and if you do and I saw your comment on this, David.
Yeah, part of why this is stupid.
If you have a gift exchange, Yankee Swap, White Elephant, etc., what would your gift be? With
I usually walk out of the room if they ever happen at a party I'm at, and I just leave.
You don't like those?
No, that's stupid. It's a waste of money.
It's fun.
No, it is not.
We always did this at my Christmas Eve. Every year, my family would have a Christmas Eve party, and we'd always do this with family and stuff. And We'd always have a good time with it, but usually people would go over the $20 limit, and there'd be a lot of alcohol gifts, and I would usually get something like small, like a Google Home Mini, or like a something that I could get like really cheap that was kind of a fun gift, something like that. Do you guys do that kind of stuff in Canada, or is that like a very much American thing? I don't know.
White elephant. Yeah, we're not like culturally, we're not too far removed from.
No, I know
United
that, but like,
States, right?
Just have some like different. You might have like that might be just like a weird American thing. It's like it's one of those things, and Damon will know what I'm talking about. Where like on the night before Halloween, you have Mischief Night, or some people.
That's
call
only
it.
New Jersey, though.
Yeah,
that's not
but
even
see, that's the thing.
States.
My whole life growing up, I thought everyone knew about that, and then when I found out later that was only in New Jersey, so I always wonder about this stuff. I don't know if there's just different things in different places. That's all.
No, I guess that's fair, but I guess a lot of the stuff that happens in the States, we're either familiar with it or we do it as well. So yeah, like white elephant gift exchanges and stuff. That's. I've seen that stuff happen before. Kind of like I'm kind of in the same boat as Damon on it, though, is that I generally don't participate because not so much the money thing. It's just I honestly find it more stressful than just buying a regular gift, if that makes sense.
Oh, really?
Well, because I don't. I guess I feel that my sense of humor on these things is not necessarily in line with other people's, and they won't get. If it's meant to be a joke, they won't get it necessarily. And then it becomes like that, I gave you this thing, haha, it's funny. And then the person kind of stands there and looks confused, and yeah. I
get you.
Yeah.
I like them. We always had fun doing it. I mean, I understand though if you don't want to do it, it's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry,
Well, that was all. What's that?
Sorry, we're boring.
Yeah, you guys are boring. Have you heard, Trevor? Have you heard of this? I don't know why we haven't talked about this before. This whole Mischief Night thing. Do you know about this?
I've heard of it. I didn't fully understand what the point of it is, because
there's not really much of a point.
Yeah, I mean, it seems kind of like Halloween Eve, right? But
yeah,
I don't know. I guess I didn't think Halloween was a big enough holiday that you needed like 2 days to get warmed up for it. I don't know.
It's very much only a thing in New Jersey, really, from what I can tell. There might be some, it might bleed into some other areas, but I only found out this recently that it was only a New Jersey thing. And I mean, I know my mom used to tell me that when they were kids on Mischief Night, she said they used to fill pillowcases with like flour and like hit each other with them. Like that was a thing that they would do, which I don't know why. But I mean, when I was a kid, it was all about TPing houses with with toilet paper, and what else did we do? Oh gosh. Some people would do worse stuff, but it's a weird thing. I don't know what Damon did when he was a kid there, but but yeah. Stuff that he's not going to discuss.
Damon's not going to tell you.
Damon's not going to tell you the stuff he did. No, it's just one of those weird New Jersey things, I guess. I don't know. All right. Anyway,
I think we're at about the halfway point, aren't we?
Oh yeah. We should probably do our ad then, huh? All right. So our ad this week is for DVC Rental Store. Are you a frequent Disney visitor and want to save hundreds, even thousands on your next Disney trip? The DVC Rental Store wants to help you book your dream vacation for less. Currently, the DVC Rental Store has a great selection of confirmed reservations at many of Disney's most premium resorts, saving you over 60% off retail rates. Want to learn more? Go to dvcrentalstore.com or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. That's 1-855-382-7368. Let them know that Welcome Home sent you. That's very important. So if you call in, let them know that you heard about them from Welcome Home. And that's, like I said, very important. We always say that. And please make sure you do that, because we love hearing back from DVC Rental Store when our listeners call in and or write in when they go on their website and use that service. So we always appreciate when you support the people that support us. So again, that's dvcrentalstore.com or call 1-855-DVC-RENT. All right, so I'm sure you guys saw this, and I mean, I don't know how much we want to talk about this, but Joe Rohde's retiring. I don't know if this has anything to do, and he's a legendary Disney Imagineer for those of you that know anything about this stuff. But he is retiring in the beginning of the year, right in January, and he said something to the effect of he's kind of at a point where he wants to retire, and if he picked up another project, it's like 3-4 years for each project, and he just thought it was the right time. And I don't know if it has anything to do with some of like the layoffs and stuff that are going on in Imagineering or whatever, but it kind of just seems like he felt like it was his time to retire, which is sad because he was there for 40 years and responsible for a lot of the stuff that we, know and love at the parks, right?
Yeah. But it's also, he's had a lot of time to do a lot of really great things with Disney. And, I respect the fact that, he's allowed to say when enough is enough. Like I know, like everyone said on the Facebook group, what about the Yeti? Well, yeah, it's not like Joe was going to go in there and like personally fix the Yeti. So
yeah, exactly.
So that's the first thing. Let's get the Yeti thing out of the way.
He did say it was the last thing I do. I'll get the Yeti fixed. But yeah, I think he was saying that in jest. But yeah,
of course,
he can't go. Yeah, he can't go in there and just fix the Yeti himself.
Exactly. And the thing is that, that doesn't mean that the Yeti won't ever get fixed either, because, Disney will at some point, I'm sure they're well aware that, Disco Yeti is not the most loved thing. So, they are going to, at some point, they're going to reevaluate it whenever, time and budget and everything makes sense. And, they don't need Joe there to do it. And, further to that is, Joe, like I said, I respect the fact that he's respecting his own time and he's, deciding where to put his priorities. So, and that's also not to say that, he couldn't come back to help with projects in the future. Just like, I know with Tony Baxter, they've called him back in to consult on things before. So you never know, right?
Yeah. It doesn't mean he's completely done. Right.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Yeah. So, it's sad, but I mean, like I said, he's been in there 40 years. He's designed a lot of stuff, and did you guys see that he's selling some of he's doing like a garage sale on eBay of some of his stuff, like some of the stuff I guess he's collected over the years of doing his Imagineering work. I only saw a couple things on his eBay page, but he's selling a bunch of stuff off.
Now, okay, I'll have to go look at this. I didn't know he was doing that.
I just saw it today. So
I feel like everything's going to be so expensively overbid, it's not even worth looking.
Yeah, that's
100%
right.
Yeah, because he's promoting it on his Instagram. So, and I don't know how many Instagram followers or whatever they're called on Instagram he has, but I would assume like you're right. I looked at a couple things, and he had some piece of art that was at like $900 already. So I don't know. Maybe it's worth $900. Who knows? So. So, Damon, you added a section.
I always add sections.
I know, and you just called it Damon Stuff, which
that's exactly.
Is that a new segment called Damon Stuff?
I don't know. What I found interesting is that the company Precious Moments that makes all sorts of those kids ceramic-y things.
Yeah,
they have a Disney thing, and there's a Scrooge in a car, and there's all sorts of cool stuff. I didn't know if people were aware that Precious Moments did Disney stuff. So that was
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and actually the Scrooge in the car is only like $25.
Nice.
It's not bad. Yeah, and they have a bunch of other stuff there too, some Christmas Carol stuff. I just thought it was pretty cool. Something I happened to come across. The other thing is that I wanted to point out, and of course, as Dan would always like, for me to do, is also promote stuff that I do elsewhere as well. But that all being said, I think that if you go over to website bsckids.com, you're going to find that Disney's doing a lot of things that I think are listeners would want to watch that they're probably not even aware of because of how it's packaged. So this is actually pretty cool. Is the thing that that I'm actually most interested in is the Disney Holiday Magic Quest. So what this is a bunch of the, actors and actresses from Zombies 2, which again is how it's kind of packaged up. They get to compete in a Disney Holiday Magic Quest, which is a high stakes holiday adventure inside Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney Resort after dark. and the pictures of it look like it's pretty awesome. And again, this might not be something that's on everyone's radar because of the fact that it's, again, you know, on Disney Channel. There's also a Disney Channel holiday house party. There's the fact that they announced another DCOM called Christmas Again. There's a lot of things kind of going on at Disney that I think our listeners would like. But that one specific holiday Magic Quest is something that I'm going to be tuning in for. So I just wanted to point that out to everyone.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
So that was it. That's all my stuff.
That was all your stuff?
That's it, man.
That's all you got. All right, cool. Well, thanks for bringing that stuff up. That's cool.
That's good to know. Well,
yeah. I think that. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I'll admit, I honestly, since I got Disney Plus, I don't spend a lot of time looking at the actual Disney Channel lineup. So maybe this time of year, it might be good to go back and revisit that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The next thing we had here on this list is that Disney and Brightline reach an agreement to build a high-speed railway station at Disney Springs, which is important, I guess, for local Florida people, right? But also for the airport crowd.
Yeah.
So maybe for you, Trevor.
I was going to say that this is huge for me. I know for you guys it's not a big deal, but so the idea is that the Brightline Railway, it already goes from, or they have it from Miami to Fort Lauderdale. I think I have that correct. I hope I do.
Sure, that sounds right.
Yeah.
Why not?
So yeah, they're extending their Brightline railway system. So basically, it's going to connect all the major cities in Florida, and then specifically from Orlando Airport to Disney, they're going to have a high speed rail. Which, yeah, for us that come in via a plane, it means that the Magical Express will now be an actual train and not a bus ride, which I think that's great. It's definitely, I was thinking about the logistics of this, is that it basically means you have to get on a train. The train will take you to Disney Springs fairly quickly, but then you still have to hop off and get onto your specific resort bus. But the thing about that is that the resort buses are a lot quicker. And I feel that this will allow for a lot more flexibility than when you're waiting for the Magical Express, because the Magical Express, it's like you book a time on it and they have it's like a 3 or 4 hour window that you have to use to get, or you have to make sure that you get on a particular bus, because by the time you get back to the airport and get through customs and everything, like they really want to make sure they get you there ahead of time. So when you give them your flight information for the Magical Express, it's like if your flight leaves at 5 o'clock, they're getting you on the 1 o'clock bus, which is super annoying because it kind of feels like you waste half a day just getting back to the airport. So my hope with this is that it'll speed up, or the time it takes to get back to the airport becomes more reliable, because there's not that, if a bus breaks down or if there's, an accident on the road or something, those things are a non-issue because of the train. So I'm hoping that it means that for those of us who have to go and get on a flight, that the window to get back to the airport is smaller, so we don't have to rush as much to make sure that we're getting to the Magical Express on time. So
you'd prefer to take a train than Magical Express, is what you're saying?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I would be on the train first person. Yeah.
Well, and just to be clear, this is the Disney. This is for Disney Springs. Now that there was obviously talk of having a different station at Disney World as well from the airport. So, but the Disney Springs project specifically is expected to take 2 to 3 years to complete, and they're not going to start construction on that until after 2022, when the West Palm Beach to Orlando Airport part is done. So we're talking at least kind of 5 more years for this, but
yeah,
it'll be great sometime in the future for locals and for those people that arrive by plane. So cool. So I wanted to bring this one up because I thought this was really cool, and this is like right up Damon's alley too. These are toys. Did you guys see these like Spider-Bot toys that Disney's now selling? That I guess we're probably going to be part of the Marvel Avengers Campus opening, but obviously that didn't get opened because Disneyland is still closed. So, but these are like little programmable combat spiders that you can like fight. You can kind of like. You like fight other spiders with. They're very cool. I watched the video of it. I thought it was a pretty cool toy.
Yeah, I've seen these little microbots.
Hexbugs has this for a while.
Yeah, I've seen these before. It just looks like it's a Spider-Man branded version of it.
Nothing to see here. Yeah, Hexbugs has done this years and years ago, so nothing to see here.
All right. Well, I found it cool. All right, but I guess.
To be fair, Tom, you also like your daughter is very young, so you haven't been exposed to the world of toys I guess I shouldn't assume that. I know, before my kid was born, I wasn't looking at, these kinds of toys, but I think myself and Damon, with us having our kids and them being older, we've kind of seen a lot of this stuff come through. So
I've seen these kinds of toys before where they're like, the so-called, like the fighting kind of toys where you like, go against different ones. I'm not saying anything is revolutionary here. I just thought it was a cool toy regardless. I just thought it was a neat design and kind of cool. That's all.
No, it's neat, but like Damon said, it's a rebrand of an existing one that you can get out there. So I guess the only knock I would put on it is that, you can go get a Hexbug version of these, but it's just not red and blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's not Spider-Man themed.
Exactly.
All right. Well, let's, I have a topic on here just kind of about they're starting to do some more fireworks now. But why don't we skip ahead and talk about food?
Whoa, why are we skipping ahead of that?
I didn't think you would care about the fireworks.
Well, they're rando fireworks, right?
Kinda, yeah.
See, that's what's cool. I wish this had just stayed this way forever.
Just have like random fireworks throughout the night.
Yeah. And then there's no buildup of people. There's no crazy, getting out of the place. Just rando fireworks.
Yeah.
This says they're different bursts that go off in 15-minute intervals, along with the transition of the different castle designs, the projection show that they're doing. So,
yeah, I think this is cool. Didn't somebody on our board also say that they like not having fireworks? I kind of tend to. I don't know. Not that I don't like fireworks, but I'd like to watch fireworks from the hotel room. That'd be way better for me.
to watch it from the hotel room.
But I feel like, is this going to scare people?
What, to have them randomly go off like that? Maybe. I could see walking along if you didn't know what was going on, and then all of a sudden, like, an explosion. Unless they're not like loud ones, which they have some that are quieter. But
true.
But I could see that. I know what you mean.
But during the day, they've had the stage shows where fireworks go off.
Correct.
So, that's already kind of been a thing for a long time.
But the thing is, I think with the stage show is that semi-expected at this point.
Right.
Right? And it's not like you'd be walking through and not see the stage show and, all of a sudden get lit up with some fireworks. Like, I think this is like, I kind of worry like you're just going to be walking through the castle and then get lit up with some fireworks. Like that sort of feeling.
I actually kind of had this happen to me when we were waiting online for Little Mermaid, and the fireworks shoot from like right behind there, and even for like the show, like the little show in front of the castle, and it scared the heck out of us. Like, because we couldn't see it coming, we didn't know the show was going on, we were far from the stage, and we just all of a sudden there were like explosions going on behind us. It did scare us at that moment. Just kind of made us jump. So I don't disagree with this. Assuming they're not like if they're really loud ones, then they could definitely scare people. But do you guys want to talk about some food?
Yeah, I'm ready to talk about some food.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that. So I've just got a bunch of the different countries from the what do you call it? Why am I blanking on it?
World Showcase.
Taste of EPCOT International Festival of the Holidays. I couldn't remember the whole name. And so
I ate all this stuff.
What's that?
I ate all this stuff, didn't I?
Well, I think some of it's new, so.
I ate a lot of stuff.
You ate a lot of stuff last year, right?
Yeah,
So,
I ate a lot of stuff.
yeah. So the Japanese pavilion has. Let's see.
Oh, I don't think I ate any of that though.
New Year's celebration soba, chirashi sushi tree, and Ichigo.
I didn't eat any of that.
Oh, and the Ichigo milk boba.
Oh.
That sounds good.
Oh,
I say boo to all of that.
say boo to all that. I mean, I think the tart sounds good to me.
See, I'm down with that sushi tree. I would go for that.
I'm out on that.
But I love sushi, so.
All right, let me
It's
go
a-
for this.
wait, I'm
this
trying to
next-
find out where's the picture of this. I want to see a sushi tree.
This next one that I never.
It's not
there.
like it's the rice is shaped like a tree, and then they put the sushi
I
over
see
top, and it's decorated like a little Christmas tree.
Well, Damon,
Yeah.
you're not a fish eater, right? So-
No, I'm out, and I'm out of Canada too. Nothing there for me.
On
Maybe
Canada,
it's good
you're
I
not?
didn't go this year.
Hold on, slow down. Let me.
We gotta go. We gotta get to
Well,
Canada.
you guys
here.
got to pick up the pace here, man.
We were still talking about Japan.
Scallops.
Well, that's what happens then. You fall behind. Ooh, wait, what's this? What's Melee? Whatever this is. What is this place? Oh, is that the Hawaiian place?
Imaka booth. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've had that. I had the Kahlua
Wait,
pork.
wait.
Yeah, you're falling behind.
We
Sorry.
can't talk about Canada. Like wait, hold on.
So I was gonna say, what about the maple bouche de Noël?
No,
That sounds delish.
no.
Maple mousse rolled in gingerbread chiffon cake, cranberry sauce, and pecan crumble.
Nope.
Even the peppermint pinwheel cookie sounds good to me. You're all about your cookie trail.
No, no peppermint. Sorry.
Oh, you don't do peppermint? What?
I mean, I don't love peppermint pinwheel cookies, so I wouldn't spend $2.50 on it. I say that.
That's fair.
None of this was a.
I feel I should be offended by the frozen coffee in Canada. Like I feel like they're saying something.
Why? It's cold in Canada?
We can't have warm coffee here. We gotta have it cold.
No, you can't. Okay, so now we can talk about the Melakaliki Mako.
Okay, so I've had the Kahlua pork and it's good. The Hawaiian coconut pudding. That sounds really good. I'd eat both of those.
Wait, but this says it's new for this year though. The Kahlua pork. Maybe they
That's it.
just
Did you hear what I said, Tom?
what?
I said
did
you
you
can
not?
have it.
No.
Oh, I thought you
I've
said
had
I thought you
something
had it was
similar.
good. Oh, okay, gotcha. I missed it.
Gosh,
You're
guys.
talking about Japan, and you're off talking about other stuff.
I'm already done with this. I'm done with this. Now what's next? Holiday Hearth. Let's go.
You're blowing through these fast.
Well, because you made us have to like click through 30 times to get to stuff.
Yeah, well, it was hard
Salted
to.
caramel spaceship Earth cookie. Yeah, I'd definitely eat that. But that's
would too.
$5, $5.25.
It's probably a
Yikes.
big cookie. Yeah, that is a little
I don't care
pricey.
how big a cookie it is. That's a little pricey.
Ooh, I'll take that bundt cake for $4 though,
Yeah, red
Red
velvet
velvet.
mini bun cake.
with that cream cheese icing. I know that's not your stuff, Tom. But,
Alex, I'll have bundt cake for $4. No, not mine, because cream cheese icing is nasty. Peppermint bark sounds
I agree to
good,
disagree.
but $6.25. Nah.
I like a
Gingerbread
good peppermint
milkshake.
bark.
I could be on board with gingerbread milkshake.
All right.
Can we talk about these snowball cookies that it looks like a jar of rocks in the picture?
Where's that? Well, let me see that. I gotta scroll down here.
Yeah, they're. Oh, wait a second. I'm out. If that's the Epcot cookie,
Yeah.
somebody just threw glitter on it and that was it. Yeah, no, dude. Snowball cookies. They're like an Italian type cookie. Like they're pretty
yeah.
normal, man.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
look like rocks in the picture, though. I'm just.
They do.
No, I mean that's something I'm kind of used to. So okay, yeah, I'm that the Epcot cookie's now off my list because I thought it would have like some Epcot like diamond piping. It's not. It's just got sugar on it, sugar sand. That's it. Nah,
They cheaped out on the
Out.
design. They cut
Out
down
on
the
that. Wait.
triangles.
I'm out on anything fruitcake. Just get me away from fruitcake. I'm not.
all right. So I'm in Morocco now, which I have a feeling I'm gonna like nothing because I don't
see.
love meat. Nope, no lamb. Ooh, maybe I could get down with the chicken drum and maybe the warm beignets.
Some warm
but-
beignets. That sounds good. Cinnamon sugar and chocolate sauce.
Yeah, I don't know if
down
I'd
for
spend
that.
the money. I'm out because I'm not spending that money. I'm saving it for what's America got.
Confit chicken drum with cinnamon Granny Smith apple. That sounds pretty good.
I do the. Oh, I've done the turkey, mashed potatoes, green beans, and cranberry sauce. I've done that. That's good.
Oh wait. Did you move on already?
Yeah, I'm in America.
Yeah, you said we were going to America.
I'm going to America.
You're moving too quickly here.
So,
I'm not.
Holiday pot pie with jackfruit mushrooms. See, if it had no mushrooms, I wonder if I could get the holiday pot pie with no mushrooms.
Without mushrooms. Well, it's jackfruit, right? So it's like that's the vegetarian version, I guess.
That would
right?
be good. And I don't like cheesecake. I mean, I'll eat cheesecake, but I don't love it. I think that cheesecake, it's not good enough it's got a lot of calories and fat that it's not good enough that I want to waste on that. All right. That's America.
Sorry, can I just point out that these are not in order of how you go around World Showcase, and that's bothering me.
It's in order of how I clicked on the links.
I know, right? It's fair. It's just, I'm like, I'm jumping all over the place here.
I also
Giant
don't have all
tostada?
of them on here, so because we can't
Giant
talk about
tostada. I'm in with that. I'm
Yes,
in with
we're in
the
Mexico now?
Chipotle chicken. Yep. Dulce de leche. I'm in with everything there.
everything in Mexico.
Everything in Mexico, so I'm done with Mexico.
Damon's
now.
all about Mexico. Yeah, that toast.
I mean, there's
Ger-
a lot of good looking
I
stuff.
feel like Germany's going to have nothing for me because it's going to be a bunch of bratwurst nastiness. So let's see.
I don't think so.
Food. Pork schnitzel? Nope. Cheese fondue? Nope. Linzer
Cheese
cookie?
fondue?
Yes.
What? What's your problem with cheese fondue?
Dude, it's a waste of calories. Like,
cheese is
nah.
delicious.
Dude, and it's not that good. I've had it, and it's not good.
For
Like, the
those
cheese
of
is just,
us, lactose intolerant people don't really like just
Yeah,
straight cheese.
I don't know if I'm lactose intolerant, but I don't love my lactose. So, like, if I'm going to do it, like, it's not going to be over some stuff. And we had this last year, and it was not good. So,
The fondue you had last year wasn't good?
yeah. So, we were here last year, or the year before, whenever. So now it's a year before, I guess, last year, kind of however you want to put it. But we had some of this stuff. The Linzer cookie is legit, though.
Oh, the Linzer cookie's good?
Yeah.
It looks good.
That's it? Did you get everything, Tom? Or
I
you
did
slacked?
not get everything because
You slacked.
I wanted to limit it. I felt like there were already too many, so I figured we could do some more next week.
Oh, okay. We'll do more next week. All
Yeah,
right.
I was just trying to space it out. That's all.
Okay. I thought you were trying to, totally just let go of stuff and not.
No,
go over it at all.
no.
Yeah, we're just barely into December. We don't have to have everything done before.
Yeah. And plus,
Well, now that we
look,
do
we're
every
actually
week.
going to hit our hour for the first time in weeks.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and wrap up unless there's anything else you guys want to talk about.
I do. I'm putting a plea for my December present from everybody that if you listen to this, just download the Netflix Boomtron podcast. I don't care if you listen to it at this point. Make me feel good about the numbers for December. And it's Netflix. There's a lot of, I literally, I'm telling you. So Christmas Chronicles 2, which is Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn Christmas movie. I have gone on record as saying that it's really a horror film. It's not a Christmas movie.
What movie?
It's called The Christmas Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
It just came out on Netflix.
Okay.
The first one wasn't bad, but is the second
This one is a
really-
horror film.
Really, it's that much worse.
It's not. It's laughable because of what. It's hysterical because it's a horror film. Like you can totally flip it into Christmas Gremlins for real.
Christmas Gremlin.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Gremlins is a Christmas movie.
That's true.
Yes. This is full on Christmas Gremlins. Like the way I look at it is this: if elves are chasing things around with chainsaws, looking to murder them, that's not a Christmas movie anymore.
What?
Yeah, you haven't watched the first one, have you, Tom?
No, I guess I need to watch this.
You need to watch Christmas Chronicles. It is different.
Yeah, I guess I need to watch this. Yeah, that's crazy.
I shouldn't spoil too much, but there's a musical number in it that when you really think about the context of it's really not appropriate for a Christmas movie.
Yeah, they're funny though because
is.
it's a horror film. Christmas Chronicles 2 is a horror film. That's what I'm going on record as saying. So go listen to Boomtron podcast. Make me feel better.
Sorry,
have to go watch
my wife's gonna be mad at you for saying that.
I'm sorry, I can't help you.
For saying to go listen to his podcast.
No, because she liked
Dan's
Christmas
gonna be mad at me
Chronicles.
for saying that. That's about it.
My wife she liked Christmas Chronicles, and I thought it was decent, but she's been all
watch
excited
number
for the
2.
second one. Yeah.
Listen, I laughed because it was funny in the sense that it was so ridiculously horrific. Like, I won't ruin anything, but it's like, just go watch it now that you know what I said, and it becomes very funny.
All right, now I gotta
Cool.
now I gotta watch this.
Yeah. We got some homework.
Yeah.
All right. We ready to wrap up?
Wrap it up.
Cool. All right. So if anyone wants to get a hold of us, if you want to send us questions, let us know about a trip report, any kind of stuff like that, you can send us an email at welcomehomepodcast@gmail.com. We love hearing from you guys and talking to you. And if you want to get a hold of us on social media, you can find us on Facebook as Welcome Home Podcast. You can also check out the Facebook group, which is called the Welcome Home Disney Waitlist. Come join our community and be part
we're
of
down 2 members. It's like upsetting to me that we're down 2 members.
People left the group?
Well, no. I don't know. Maybe they left Facebook. Who knows? But like, it hurts my feelings a little bit.
So yeah, come join the group because we do have some good discussions and everyone is really chill over there. And I think it's one of the better groups on Facebook.
I agree.
Sorry.
I didn't mean to interrupt, but the one thing that I have noticed lately has been a lot of the other groups, the larger groups, asking about podcasts and stuff. And for any of our listeners, if you're in those groups and you could just mention us, that would be awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. And also, so if you want to find us on YouTube, you can find us as Welcome Home Podcast. Anytime that we do live shows and stuff like that, you'll see videos come up there. And eventually when we get back to the parks, you'll see some more park videos, hopefully in the next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you are on Instagram, you can follow us as Welcome Home Pics. You can stay on top of our posts there and keep up with.
Can I change that name? Is that possible? I forget an Instagram. You can, right? I might have to change that.
If you want to, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Well, what do you want to change
got any
it to?
idea? I don't know. Something. It should be waitlist something.
Oh, okay.
For now, it's Welcome Home Pics.
Yeah.
I
If anyone's got any
yeah,
ideas, send it over.
you.
What? What'd you say, Tom?
I like Welcome Home Pics. Thank you. Maybe because I created the account, but
Of course, that's what. Of course you do. What was the waitlist called again? Tom's group of Disney people or something?
no,
what was
I
it
don't.
called?
It had a fine name.
It was just like Welcome Home Podcast Group or something like
No,
that.
no. The name we had originally for it was the most popular name by vote. There was a vote done, and it was the most popular name, and we changed it anyway. You went rogue.
What was it?
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was so good you forgot.
I don't remember. It was.
Tell me that the waitlist doesn't feel better.
I mean, yeah, sure.
It's branded. When you say the waitlist, you know, right? You're talking about us.
I think it was like Welcome Home Vacation Club members or something. I don't know. I don't remember. Somebody, I'm sure.
I think it sounded too close to another group that I was in, and that's, yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the Wayback Machine. Oh, I can't probably do that in Facebook, though. Man.
I don't know.
That's disappointing.
All right.
The store.
Let's continue on. Yeah, the store. So if anybody wants to pick up some merchandise, we have masks, we have mugs, t-shirts, stuff like that. Make sure you check it out on store.welcomehomepodcast.com. And as usual, if you're listening to us on iTunes, Amazon Music, Spotify, any of those music services, please make sure you leave us a review. We do like reading those reviews, and it also helps other people find the podcast.
By the way, the original group name was Welcome Home DVC Members, which I thought was fine.
Oh, that is absolutely terrible.
It's too close to another group that I'm in.
It's not just that, but like you're excluding the people that just want to come talk with us that aren't DVC members.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, waitlist is a DVC term though too. So, all right, whatever.
Wait.
It doesn't exclude.
Can you waitlist a cash reservation if they were full? Is that possible?
What do you mean? Like, no, I don't think so. No.
So like, what if you're like, I really want to stay at, Caribbean Beach because I got bonked in the head sometime on today, and that's where I just want to make a reservation to. And they had no more reservations left.
No.
And you had to go and stay at, let's say, I don't know, Pop Century or whatever. Could you say, hey, could I waitlist Caribbean? Is that possible?
I don't think so. No.
Oh.
No. Regardless.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, I don't think so. Well, don't forget to subscribe to Welcome Home Podcast so you can be reminded every time we release a new episode. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, TuneIn, Stitcher, Spotify, just about any place you can find podcasts, you can find us. Search for Welcome Home, look for the one that says DVC and Disney. Just a reminder to our listeners, Welcome Home Podcast is for entertainment only. We are not employed by the Walt Disney Company, and as such, any and all opinions we express on the show are our own, so please consult a DVC representative or Disney cast member for more information about anything we talked about today. Big thank you, as always, to DVC Rental Store for sponsoring this episode. Join us more next time for more Disney Parks discussion. Of course, more DVC talk. We hope to see you all real soon.
Skipper Albert Awol, the voice of the jungle, signing off from Welcome Home Podcast on the DVC.
Do a huddle when we hit its hair. How she can cuddle is no man's affair. I looked around from pole to pole, found her in a sugar bowl.